And here we go. Why do some people build wealth and other people lose it all? Is your relationship helping you grow, or is it stopping you from getting to the bag? And what's more, stop that. And what's more dangerous, a bad investment or a bad partner? You see, a lot of people do investments, whether that be stocks, real estate, invested in their own self care. They do it without doing proper research or without inspections. So, why get into a relationship with a person, business wise or personally, without doing your due diligence? And that's why I'm in here. Stop that. Start that. And that's why I'm here in Pittsburgh. We did some real estate deals, but to really get to the bag, it's good to have relationships, but you also want to do your due diligence. Just because you partner with the person and you're making money is not the end all be all. It's good to check in. And that got me to thinking of ROI. Now, when people think about ROI, they look at it as return on investment. With me, ROI stands for a little bit different. It means relationships over independence. We're going to talk about what that means, how that's going to help you transform your business and your finances, and why you today can use that principle to grow. Before we get started, as always, like, subscribe, share to our channel. In real life, I'm a certified financial planner on these social media airwaves. We'll give you information that's going to help you and your finances grow. And here in beautiful Pittsburgh, downtown, let's make some painful or painless profits together. But we're going to get started first, though, y'all. Lego. ROI. Relationships over independence. It's that Bootsy song that everybody loves to sing when they are at a lounge or in the club. Independent. Do you know what that means? That means independent. They saying hey when they song come on. We're saying hey when our portfolio goes up. But we're saying yes when we partner with individuals that allows our finances to scale. But we can't do that without having the proper relationships. So, how do we vet those relationships? First, we want to make sure what they're doing. And the easiest way to do that is social media. Now, of course, with social media, stop the cap. It's a lot of individuals that show one side of their life when really things are different. So, looking at a person's social media, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, is not the end all be all. You want to have a conversation, ask about different business dealings. What have they done? And if you're going to partner, I always recommend having something that is joint and going through the proper process. What is that? Structuring. I talk about this all the time. S equals wealth, structure, strategy, and speed. But structuring, because it's something to structure properly, you know that you're protecting yourself And if something goes awry with that relationship, your personal assets are still intact. So having a proper structure, doing an LLC, not just putting money into an account, not just you put in one thing, I put in another, that will not help you if something goes awry. And I like to use myself as an own example. I'm blessed to have college friends that see the vision when it comes to investing, to the point that I put on our group chat, hey, I'm doing these investment deals. Who wants to partner in the next deal with me? 3 of them said yes. And don't you believe they did their due diligence on my real estate background, because they know me as a certified financial planner and the investment models that continue to go up. But they did their due diligence on the things that I did, even though they've known me for over 20 years. They was in my wedding, but they still did their due diligence, even though they saw me growing and scaling and helping people on a day-to-day basis. That solidifies, and that is where you get the structure from. Also, the individuals that we was using, they also want to do their due diligence to make sure that they were good. It's one thing if Mario says they're good, but let me just check on the back end as well. So again, doing the due diligence, so if something goes awry, it's not because they did not do their due diligence. That is how you actually form stronger relationships, because you're not thinking of, I know everything is cool, but I feel good about my decision because I went through the process. I just feel good about the decision in totality. And with that relationship, we created our own LLC. It could have been easy just to open up an account, put money here, put money here, put money here, put it together, send it over, and let the deal do what it does. No, we set up a proper structure, set up an LLC, even though we had individuals in different states. We found a tax-friendly state, Florida, of course, set up the LLC there, and had it structured with the percentages in the actual documentations of the article of incorporation. Doing these steps allows you to make sure if anything goes awry, if one person disagrees, things are already documented to protect yourselves if something bad happens. Relationships over independence. Another cool thing about relationships, it allows you to bring more resources together, right? Anybody who has been successful always says it's because of their relationships and they did not do it by themselves. You going on a road trip, driving from Florida to California. Would it be easier to do it with a group of people, or would it be harder? A group of people helps you gather resources. One person is looking at a situation from one mind frame. Another person is looking at a situation from another mind frame. We bring those together. Also, you have group think. And I do this with our coaching call every other week for the individuals in our Wealth Accelerator program. We have a group coaching call. One person has a question or a suggestion that everybody else isn't thinking, but when that question is answered, when that suggestion is given, it opens up everybody's mind. It helps things become clear. And through our conversations with the 4 of us, it was clarity on a lot of things that I didn't even know from an investment standpoint. And I do this for a living. Nobody knows it all. They had some thoughts and assumptions that got cleared up by having those conversations. So again, because you have a solid structure, that makes the relationship better. ROI, relationship over independence. And when you have more resources, it allows you to, as I said earlier, scale. Theoretically speaking, if it's a deal, let's say we're going to go into business and it's $200,000, just make up a number. Well, yes, one person or another might have 200,000. They might have to scrape some stuff together. They might have to do a home equity line of credit. They might have to refinance a house, take some money out. They might have to take money off of cars. They might have to sell investments. Who knows? But people may be able to scrape that together. But isn't it easier? Doesn't things feel better if instead of having to scrape 200,000, we're scraping $50,000 together? Isn't it easier if it's $100,000 investment that we can scrape $25,000 between us instead of one person with 100,000 or two with 50,000? So, because of that ease, we do not make rational decisions during the time of that money being invested. You see, with an investment, you have to let it marinate. It's like a pot of gumbo. You let it marinate and get to where it needs to be. Sometimes you invest money that return's not going to be there in a month or 2 months, 6 months, heck, a year, heck, 5 years. But because we didn't put every single last cent, because it won't affect us in a negative way, because of the partnership, because of the structure and the relationship between individuals, we can have things go as planned when things are not feeling good, right, or indifferent, or when things are going great and it's time to pull it out. So having those relationships allows the financial strain to be lowered. And anytime it's pots and pans, stop that when I say anytime. And anytime you have Indians working together, not all want to be chiefs, but Indians working together for the good of the group, you grow, your tribe grows, and things are better. And having that structure, make sure that you have nothing but Indians and not a chief and a lot of Indians following. So that is relationships over independence. But it's the flip side, because we have people that say, why not do it myself? I can get the information from other individuals. I can get a mentorship. Strongly recommend a person gets a mentorship. Few other mentorships, to be honest, not just one. I can just go on YouTube University, get the information, do it myself, hit the bumps in the road and knock my head with those challenges myself, instead of severing a relationship with a friend because of a business deal going bad. And that's a justifiable answer. But let me ask a question. What price do you put on risk? Is it a price on lack of information? And what feeling do you get in a group of individuals and you're successful? You see, those are the feelings and obstacles that you conquer in a relationship that you can't be an independent. Because from a risk standpoint, it all falls on you. If we're in a relationship and it's structured properly, partnership wise, the risk is spread out. And we all know investing, stocks, business, club promotion, open up in a restaurant, real estate. When we spread out risk, that makes the operations a lot smoother. The less risk we have, higher probability of success and less stress in the long run. Information, as I said earlier, yes, we can get the mentorships, go on YouTube, but it's nothing like people in the situation with you, in the trenches, wanting to succeed because they're friends or business partners, but also they have a financial gain if so. You can't put a price on that. So because of that, and also the emotional sense, if we play one-on-one and we win that basketball game, we're happy. But if it's a team, 5-on-5, and we win as a team, we all know we get more excited. Everybody's excitement, the congratulations, the euphoria wears off on everybody. So being in that type of environment only helps, and we get that in a relationship, not independence of doing things ourselves. So the common theme is ROI, not return on investment, but relationships over independence. I recommend, if you're going to get into a business deal, seek guidance, seek mentorship. Yes, be independent in that nature, but find individuals that you trust. After you do your due diligence, after you structure, partner with them. I speak from experience. I've done real estate deals by myself. This deal I've done with a group of individuals, friends of mine for a very long time after doing due diligence on each other. And I feel so much better about the deal compared to the ones I did on my own. So as we get out of here, the Wealth Accelerator, go to the website. You can check us out, see how we can help you. Or if you want to join our webinar is down below. The Wealth Accelerator program, the pathway to financial freedom and growth, or our social media is down there as well. Like, share, subscribe. Love is love. Hopefully this information has been a beacon to help transform your finances. Let's make some painful or painless profits together, y'all. Peace.